And we are here once again with Sébastien Loeb Rally Evo. And yeah, this time around we're using the 206 WRC from Peugeot, and we will be doing Rally Sweden. So yeah, obviously with 4 days calendar. And let's see how the car looks like. A bit really neat. And yeah, looks almost as good as the livery that I did for the Peugeot RCZ in Gran Turismo Sport. So yeah, we are using this beauty in today's rally, and let's see the info about it real quick. It was, yeah, I know that the car was, the car made its debut in 1999, and then it was used by the works team from 2000 to 2003, and then in 2004 it was replaced by the 307 WRC, which was a horrible car, and we Peugeot fans rather not remember those days. But yeah, we're heading to Sweden since the car was winning there 4 years in a row. So it's pretty much the rally for Peugeot 206. And yeah, 8 stages. Again, the sound is off from the co-driver, as it should be for blind rally. And yeah, let's just make it sure. Hello, and 541 WRC. And if you are on PlayStation or Xbox, then yeah, but if you are on PC, I think that you can find better rally sims as well. But it is, just judging from the pure driving feel alone, in my opinion, this is the best rally sim in console market. But there's also some other features in the game that make it less likable. So it's not the best game as a whole, but it has a really good driving feel. I've played it a bit, not much, but a bit. So I know how it feels and all that. So and yeah, I played with this, so I had like a proper comparison point as well. But yeah, let's begin our quest through Rally Sweden without pace notes, as is the theme for this series. And yeah, it's quite good so far. I've done this stage, I don't remember if it was to this direction or the other one, in some Maximum Attack Monday back in, like, well, I can't even remember when, but it was way back, and it was with the Lancia ECV Group S car, which was an absolute monster. So this is rather easy compared to that. And yeah, I remember I hit that 3 a lot when I was filming for that Maximum Attack Monday, that's for sure. Had some traumatic flashbacks from that, and the first collision with the 3 didn't take that long, and we are stuck, so let's respawn. But at least we were able to crash the windshield properly off, so we have a really clear vision again. But now the steering feels a bit funny, so yeah, I maybe would have gone without that slight interaction with the tree, but it's like that sometimes, especially when you don't know where you're going, so but yeah, this is a rather fast and relatively short stage, and yeah, it's an absolute blast to drive, especially if your car is working properly, which this one isn't anymore. I mean, apart from the steering, it's still good, but it's rather yeah, it feels like the steering lost a bit of sharpness from that crash. And flat out of the jump. It almost crashed after that. Alrighty then. Sounds good. But let's not crash anymore. And yeah, the final corner was a bit tricky, so let's take a bit of speed away, and we're through. Oh, I'm sorry, Peugeot. Oh, it's the S1600 model without the rear wing, you know. Yeah, this would be the dream car to have in Dirt Rally, and yeah, obviously didn't place well at all thanks to that slide off, but surprisingly little time lost compared to how far off I went to the woods and how long I was stuck in there. So yeah, so far the pace looks to be rather good. We still have hope of getting higher than P16, and hopefully that is what we will achieve in today's rally. But yeah, we'll see if I can keep it on the road or not. And next up is the Torsby stage. It's a bit longer. I drove this in the other direction in the beginning of the year with a BMW 2002. So yeah, no recollection of this stage whatsoever, apart from the tricky first corner, which is up a hill and then a left-hand hairpin, basically like sort of like in Circuit of the Americas. So yeah, let's see how we can manage that. Yes, Skoda would be, well, any Skoda would be a nice addition to the game. Also the Felicia kit car, if I remember correctly, would be nice as well. And the Octavia, or Octavia, which way you want to or should pronounce it, would be a nice addition as well, as it was used in 2001, if I remember correctly, as well, alongside the Subaru and Focus. So yeah, I'm lacking a bit of confidence when going over crests. But so far this stage has been rather good, and almost jinxed it, since I almost hit the red building almost instantly after a bit of fuck, what's the word? I can't remember. Self-brag, that's the word. Oh, almost went wide there. Not the ideal thing to do on the apex of the corner, having to brake, but had to, so I could keep it on the road. Oh, really sideways through the right-hander there, barely keeping it on the road, or at least in control, since it felt like that. it was already a lost cause and I would have spun, but no, that's all. Yeah, I'm driving a bit in a pussy way, but without notes, that's the way you have to do it in order to survive. Yeah, can't see at all where we're going. Fuck, not that way, there's the snowbank. Oh, this must be some slower section. Yeah, really carefully through there. That right-hander as well. Oh, I'm glad that my footwork isn't showing on the screen, or even the telemetry from my pedals, so that you can't see it, how much I'm on the brakes constantly. But yeah. Whoa. Well, if there's a lack of power oversteer in Dirt 4, then this one has even Dirt 4's worth of power oversteer or power slides. Where the road is going, that way. Since it's really easy to even make the car spin while on throttle. So slightly leaning with the bank there, but yeah, it's surprisingly rear biased, the traction balance in this car, and yeah, now we're going way off, but didn't spin. I mean, yeah, we spun but didn't roll, that's what I meant to say. So could have been quite a bit worse as well. Seems like a slow corner, so let's take it slow then. And there seems to be a bit of a technical section again after that faster section, and we are close to the finish since we can see the yellow marks already, and across the line we go. And somehow we've gotten a rear wing as well, and still last, probably thanks to the spin, but hopefully not by much. Yeah, 2 seconds. Bearable considering that there was a spin. WRC or this game for PS4. I'd maybe say this game, since at least for the driving feel, that's for sure. And the stages are, well, this has more. I'm not sure if this has more stages or not. At least it has more unique stages, that's for sure. And the car selection in this one is better, but the notes are way worse in this game. So if you want to drive from the notes, then you're not gonna enjoy this game at all. This is a horrible game for that. Unless you could get some sort of like fuck, I forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, if you could have like the minimap on top, like in Dirt 3, then you could drive this game from sort of notes. Yeah. Yeah, you have to get those cars really sorted out to see which ones you'd hopefully get for the shit series. Let's see what it gives. Oh, it gives that sort of repairs for automatic repairs, I think, we can live with those. And yeah, Ice Color, you're pretty much right there. And if you're wondering what me and Ari are talking about, there will be a new series for circuit racing, taking the spot for Sunday circuit races. It's gonna be driven in Project Cars 2 with the GTE class. For more information, head to either Konsolifin, the PlayStation area, or then varikkosora.org. So either of those for more information. If I'm not mistaken, there are still 5 spots available in the series. But now let's head to stage number 3 with relatively tail-happy car. Oh yeah, right, you don't need to pull the handbrake there. Old habits die hard. Yeah, this was a like 9.5 kilometer long stage, so it's gonna take us a while to finish this one. Probably. Yeah, on full lock, opposite lock there. Barely hanging on to the car and keeping it still under control, at least to some degree. Oh fuck, way too much on the inside. Luckily the snowbank didn't flip us over, that would have been disastrous for our hopes of a clean stage, but so far so good. Yeah, I could have gone way faster into that if I would have had notes. But oh yeah, this requires quite a bit of improvisation as well, of being able to react on the spot for what the car does, but there I just couldn't. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, this car is surprisingly spin happy in this game, and other cars are that way too, but yeah, in a way there goes our clean stage, since yeah, you don't want to have a spin on a stage if you want to have a good time at least. But we haven't hit anything yet, so although it's probably just around the corner there, but still we haven't hit anything so far. Some flat out sections and then pushing out, and that was a good gut feeling for pushing out there, since that helped me keep it on the road. There was a bit tighter corner waiting for me than I was expecting, so at least judging from the trees behind the crest, so yeah, just had the feeling that might be good to slow down a bit, and then I did. But yeah, apart from that one spin, it has been going relatively well so far on this stage. So yeah, I could get used to this sort of driving, like sort of a feeling, or I don't know what's the proper word for it, but you know, this just being in the zone, not making too much of silly mistakes. And you know that. And oh yeah, now it's right-handed. Probably would have been flat out, but yeah, can't really know beforehand. You just see the corners pretty much mid-corner, so yeah, it's really difficult to know if you can go something flat out or not, especially if it's partly blind or a really long one like this right-hander there, and then left-hander was through some luck that we kept it on the road there, but not complaining. I'm just happy to still be on the road with mostly in one piece existing car. So yeah, it could be worse, could be a lot worse as well. So yeah, and there was a crest that I could have gone over much faster with a proper note, but then this would not be a blind rally, so you have to pick one. Flamboyant, flat out executions of corners over crests, or a blind rally. So yeah, and there's the yellow markers marking that the finish will arrive really soon, and there it is, and across the line, and stage number 3 is done. And that was the best stage so far, and up to 5th on that one, surprisingly. I don't know, probably since I still have the same name that I had way back then, so I can't get any forgot what I was saying, but anyway. And yeah, let's see a comment again. I had to answer. I had to answer some PlayStation messages, considering the new series that will be launching at April 8th. And yeah, but there was also some very in-depth gossiping or analyzing if it's actually going to be from Cody's or not. But yeah, could be great if it would be somewhat of a hybrid between Dirt 4 and Dirt Rally. So taking the best of both worlds, you know. That would be amazing. And yeah, I have no real memory of this stage, so this is the longest of the rally. So this might turn out to be rather challenging, especially with these long, tightening corners that require a good line through them in order to be fast. So yeah, this scenery is really beautiful around here. Seems like the sun is slightly setting, and yeah, there's just some really warm lightning in here, despite it being snowy Sweden where we are driving. So but yeah, this is as blind as this rally will get. This is the only stage that I have no memory of whatsoever. So yeah, nothing that looks familiar around this one, since at least the other three I've driven this year in one direction at least. So there's some familiar places there, but yeah, no memory from this one. Yeah, that blue barrier kind of thing could have appeared slightly earlier, since it appeared a tad late. But if it would have been there like properly, I would have seen that, yeah, it's turning and I need to brake, but it just appeared out of nowhere, like James Stokes in Dexter, you know, that surprise motherfucker thing. The barrier just appeared like that, so caused me a bit of a overshoot on the braking, but that happens. I remember back in PlayStation 1 days in Gran Turismo 2, the track would like appear in front of you, like 50 meters in front of you, so if the cars or the track was visible until like way too far, you wouldn't actually see it, you would just see some emptiness and the background thing, so the background graphics or so, if that's what you want to call them. But yeah, that looks like a tricky corner since there are so many yellow arrows there, and a half spin almost. But fuck, no, can't dare to do it flat out, and shouldn't have done it at all. I should have driven over it like a grandma, since yeah, I apparently somehow damaged the gearbox by crashing head-on onto a barrier, or yeah, Armco barrier, really, that's what it is called. So yeah, shifting is slower than when my grandma is driving, so like really taking the time, carefully placing the gear stick onto the proper slot for the next gear. I like it how I dropped like 3 or 4 kilometers per hour during the shift. So yeah. Jump. I don't want to upshift because it loses time so much. Oh, that felt nice. Really, really nice. But yeah, it takes for ages now to shift. Don't know how, since as far as I know the gearboxes in these cars are not located on the front bumper, so I would understand some sort of radiator damage and such, but gearbox damage from that, it's a bit weird. Unless I like landed on top of it, but it didn't feel like that. So yeah, I'm just really, really looking forward to the end of the stage, since yeah, this is rather shit to drive with this gearbox. It's really, really unpleasant. Oh, okay, there's like one corner and then a proper runway for an aeroplane or something. And then again, one corner and a long fucking... Oh, there's the finish. Nice. Finally. Yeah. Could have not been a good stage. Yeah, obviously 16th with that crash, and then there was the half spin as well and all that, so probably quite a bit off the pace. But also the gearbox failure slowed us down a bit. 12 seconds off the pace from the guy before and 40 seconds altogether. So it's 4 seconds per kilometer. That's quite a rough difference in speed. Yeah, either 2001 or 2002. Since yeah, the livery sort of gives it away, but can't really tell which. But if I remember correctly, it says in the car selection menus that it is 2002. Yeah, you can tell Corrado that 3 gears is enough. Loved his frustrated outbursts during those days. But yeah. We are back in service, and it looks even worse than before, but we got gearbox fixed, engine fixed, intercooler fixed, brakes fixed, so we are still rocking turbo damage and suspension damage. That would be already half an hour of a fix, and then bodywork and electronics, so yeah, quite a bit of fixing to do on the car. And yeah, I do believe that I get to drive without the windshield for the rest of the rally, and I'm really thankful for that. Well, I think that the car actually had 4 gears and there wasn't any trouble with the gears back then, but I was 9 in 2004, so it can also be that my memory is playing tricks on me and I'm not remembering it correctly, so there's that. But yeah, stage number 5. Now we're heading the same 4 stages that we are done in the other running direction. So again, this will be a really flat out stage, fast and short and tricky with a couple of jumps and the trees really lining the stage. And once we've gotten on the 4th gear or so, you really don't have to go below from there. Well, yeah, I was just on the 3rd when I said that, so I look like an idiot a bit, but I do that a lot, so I've gotten used to it. Yeah, the gearbox is working. Oh, fuck. The gearbox was working. And there's some sort of damage on the car. Again, the steering feels a lot more vague and less sharp, you know. So yeah, definitely broke something. At least some windows from the car, since it sounded like dropping glasses to the floor. So yeah, quite a bit of a sound effect indeed, but yeah, the sound effects in this game are like from 2000 before Christ, if you happen to believe in such, but at least it's used in the timing things. Even though if you don't believe in it, and yeah, a bit of brake there, and a bit more of brake there. Yeah, that was a bit of a slower section there, and hopefully we can go flat out soon again. Oh, it's already the end of the stage. I remember the last corner, since we once did some notes with Ari for this stage. So yeah, I remember the end of the stage. But definitely lost. What the fuck? First, with that kind of a drive. Really? I must have... I don't think that this game is simulating road order, but somehow I was first on this one. And basing it on the road order rules on WRC, I would have been last. So yeah, I remember it because I felt really frustrated when playing WRC 4 and it only had 4 gears on the stupid 307 WRC, and I really the game really made me not to want to play with as Marcus Grönholm, you know. Yeah. Please keep your eyes on the stream. I really need to keep it on the road. And with one good stage, I've gone up the ranks up to 13th. So, yeah, nice. Three more stages to go. And yeah, 3 stages to go. Torsby 2 is up next with 7.1 kilometers. Yeah, it is the almighty anal rape WRC car. So yeah. Oh, night stage. Nice. And somehow the bonnet has straightened up and we have been able to fit additional lights, even though the bonnet was like way crooked when we finished the last stage. And yeah, not a strong start for this stage. Yeah, it feels a tad unnatural on corner exits when you have the wheel straight and the car just starts to rotate. So if Dirt Rally has a bit too little weight to the car, I think this might have a bit too much. Or at least the rotation is stopping really slowly. Feels like there's a shit ton of water inside the car, you know. And the movement is coming slowly because of that. And there's this left-hander. Soon. Oh, now. Yeah. And the slower corner coming up soon on those total barriers. And those spectators are gonna hate me for being so slow through there. Going home like, oh yeah, that Janne guy was a proper pussy. But then again, they don't have homes, they're just stranded there on the side of the stage forever. So sucks to be them. And now they will laugh their asses off if they can still see. Oh boy, that was somewhat embarrassing, but yeah. Now the worst section has been cleared, the way too slow one, and you can see through the small sticks on the insides. Well, actually I think that you can only see the shadows from the sticks, but the sticks actually aren't there, so it's really fucking weird. Like, or they are just see through or something, but you guys must be seeing the same that I'm seeing. So yeah, I think I would have not been satisfied with the graphics of this game even back in 2002. Fuck. And on the road we go again. And, yes, again struggling a bit in the slower section, and especially on these sections where it's really tricky to see where you're going. But yeah, it's like this sometimes. Oh, what did I hit? Damn, that blows. I was almost certain that I would have rolled the car there, but apparently not. Lady Fortune is on my side. Or was on my... well, still is on my side, apparently. And this is a really nice view to drive through. And this is a really nice view to crash on, so yeah, hopefully not crashing though, and hopefully we could keep it on the road instead of crashing, but you know me, and I know me, so crashing is quite often the most likely option. And yeah, I was way too slow over there, since I already thought that it would be the slow hairpin corner, but it's only coming up shortly. Right about no. Now. Yeah, now, just as I said. And then a long fucking acceleration till the finish line. Head down, so let's drag. And we are through stage number 6, Torsby 2. And we return to the familiar 16th position this time around. No, hello, Zoli seat sets. Yeah, power steering was a bit of an issue with the car. Let's see. Oh, I've dropped down to 14th. I'm happy if I can achieve anything higher than 16th in this rally. I've been struggling so far. I mean, yeah, the car was quite unreliable, but it wasn't maybe the best fit for the stages as well, since it was really long. And yeah, around there in the mid 2000s, the cars were really starting to shorten a bit, and well, not exactly on yeah, well, judging from my driving, I think I could be probably like 18th or so. But yeah, final service, and then not having to worry about fixing the fuck, what it's called, windscreen. Yeah, that is true, and I think that is Also a lesson for everyone to learn that you do fucking not make a cabriolet based rally car. And yeah, again the car is very, very tail happy. Alright, I don't need that. And away we go, second last stage, or penultimate if you want to sound like really a person with finesse and a person of high sophistication, but I'm not that kind of a person, so I'm just saying second last. Oh, really attacking over that crest, finally having some confidence in doing so, and they're almost with the maximum over that crest as well. Oh, a spin, no, not a spin, since we were able to slightly lean onto the snowbank with the rear end of the car, and it changed our direction and rotation a bit, or it stopped our rotation a bit, and then we were able to not spin and almost spun there as well. And yeah, a bit of a faster section again, and I don't know how I held on to that. I have to admit that was 110% luck and 5% skill. So yeah, I'm not that good with percentage maths. Oh, again, really sideways there. And my shirt is even almost trying to get off of me, since my driving moves are so hot. But yeah, I don't know why I said that, but anyway. Oh, a really sideways situation, and again barely held on to it. It was like this close of a spin again, but yeah, barely held on to it. Oh, that's not good to clip the snowbank on the inside in such a violent way. Doesn't do good for the suspension, and also seems to upset the balance of the car a bit. Fuck, way too fast into that. Now, luck is really on our side today, holy balls. Oh boy. Again, we are going relatively fast. I mean, what's... Whoa, fuck, what the fuck happened there? But yeah, what's fast for us is really a walking pace for Formula 1 drivers. Oh, come on, I really tried to hang on to that. But yeah, obviously there had to be a point where our luck runs out, so... yeah, but it was just a slight roll, and we ended up back on the wheels just by slight help of the physics. So yeah, we didn't need to have any respawns or anything. Oh, penis, penis, penis. Yeah, I always still hope to sort of like save the situation, and I'm starting to downshift, and then the game resets me back onto the road, and then I've already gone into reverse, and that's stupid. Yeah, this stage has felt super long, so yeah, as has been the tradition on this stream, probably as soon as I start complaining about the length of the stage, it will begin to end shortly. So yeah, probably the yellow markers will appear right about now, and final corner is just one left-hander, and then we are through, and still somehow sporting the rear wing, even though I think, oh, what the fuck, I have no idea how I'm first again. There's no fucking sense, common sense in this, and again probably with slight margin only. Oh, 2.7 seconds faster than everyone else. Well, not everything. I can't really talk dirty with this rally English, but luckily I have a Finnish girlfriend, so. Oh, balls! We are back to P13. Fuck yes, and we have one stage to survive through still. And yeah, again, checking the comments a bit for the upcoming. Oh, only €6. Well, then I think it's worth the buy. I mean, for €6, I'd definitely buy this game. Don't know if it's also on sale on PS Store, but yeah, final stage awaits. Oh, I think how the Slayer album describes hell awaits. And apparently we have broken the steering between stages 7 and 8, so yeah, you can see from the center marking, right, this red one over here, that there's some fuckery going on in here, since the on-screen wheel shows straight when I'm having this, so yeah, this should be on the middle. I don't know what happened in there in the finish of the last stage, but it's relatively tricky to drive like this, but also brings back some memories from the rally camp, the Focus V1600 that we used for days 2 and 3 of the camp. Had a really fucked up steering. It also went straight when the steering angle was something like this, so yeah, feels in a way that I'm back on the camp again. Oh, I wish I could do that, but well, hopefully eventually in like 5 or so years I'll be able to afford to start rallying as a hobby. That would be amazing. But yeah, I think there's something tires related in the that is causing us to go so weirdly, since the car, I mean, yeah, the steering is pulling a lot, even though the in-game steering wheel shows that it is straight. So oh, balls. Yeah, barely hanging onto that. But then again, the sort of like the vision seems to be that the car is completely aligned or in flat. It's not dipped to either side, so but yeah, I think we might have a front right puncture, since when turning left the car is really unresponsive, as you can see here. Oh, at least there must be some issues with the tires, and luckily we didn't hit that guardrail this time around, but yeah, I think there's plenty of more for us to hit on this stage. Fuck no, I'm not going flat out over that, since I could see those yellow arrows on the outside there. But yeah, there was a slight off, but apart from that, we've had it really nice on the stage, and obviously immediately a second off when I said that we've had it nice this stage. So but yeah, the car is going straight when the steering angle is this, so not good. But at least it's making me concentrate just a tiny bit more compared to normal, since I have to do a bit of work with my tiny little brains, that how I need to place the steering wheel in order to steer the car as I want. And again, those blue barriers did some PlayStation 1 Gran Turismo shit by not appearing until the very last minute, until you're like 20 or so meters away from the barriers. So yeah, I think you guys remember, if you played the game, you remember how the track just appears from out of nowhere, you know. I really would like to go flat out over this crest, but I could see those things over there on the outside, so maybe not. Or maybe this is just, you know, the oval version of this car, since, and for some reason this oval version has it turned to the right side. Or is, you know, this car is designed for ovals that are turning to the right, so yeah, really shitty oval version indeed. But yeah, I think it might explain why Peugeot is not in NASCAR, since they can't build a fucking oval steering even. To save their life. Oh, and there we go. As I said, we still have time to hit something. So yeah, especially really nice since we are nearing the end of the stage, so it feels really nice to ruin the relatively clean run with a proper off, like half a kilometer before the finish. But yeah, we're through. We made it. Fuck yes. We didn't add another Rally Sweden win to the tally of Peugeot 206 WRC, but we survived the rally. Yeah, it seems like there's some issues with the front right, if the suspension has been damaged or what, but it's really weird. Yeah, but the demo is way worse than the actual game, so just a heads up. That's what I've heard. But yeah, we made it through, and we were last on that stage, yeah, but we were P13, fuck yes. We achieved the position that equals the number of my favorite Formula 1 driver of all time, past Tom Maldonado. So yeah, we still have 3 countries to visit in this blind rally series. So we have Mexico, France with the Alsace region rally, and then we have Australia is good, but it's not worth 2 things, not like this is. We already had Mexico and then we had Alsace, and Australia is 1 thing and not 2, just 1, but yeah, that's all for now. Maybe we will shut myself really, really hard. But yeah, that's what I remember hearing. And also I think the force feedback and such has been upgraded a bit for the game, the final game. But don't you have that thing in Steam that you can refund the game? You can try it for a couple of hours and then return it and get the money back. So I'd recommend trying that. But yeah, that's all for now. We have 3 countries left in this 3 rallies left in this series. Maybe then we have to jump onto another game, maybe, or something else. I don't know yet, but that's for sure that I'm not doing these blind rallies again in this game, since that would suck. But yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll be able to see you guys tomorrow, but at least on Thursday with another video. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.